on, Mateo.
Now coming to the plate, second baseman number 34, Bo Hefkin.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'd like to apologize for the technical difficulties we had. But we find ourselves top of the third inning with one out as Bo Hefkin, 9-hole hitter for Southwestern Christian, makes his way to the plate.
There you go.
As Yasiel Valdez it's ahead with strike one. Hefkin, a 247 hitter. And 15 RBIs on the year as he watches ball one low. Valdez on the mound for the Aggies. 5-3 record with a 3.72 ERA as he falls behind 2-1 the count now. Comes set, here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on down the right field line. Twisting. And foul ball for strike two, so the count's even now at 2. Southwestern Christian comes into today 31-8 on the year, 13-5 in the conference as they sit fourth in the standings. OPSU 17-19 and 8-10 in conference. They sit sixth. And Yasiel Valdez, fastball low. Says, "Can I help you, sir?" "No thanks, just looking."
Jones.
As Valdez strikes out Hefkin for the second out of the inning. And back to the top of the order for the Eagles is Luke Jones, the left fielder. Jones 0 for 1 today with a ground out. As Valdez gets ahead with the slider. Fastball fouled back. Count moves to 0-2. It's a big series for OPSU as they are on a 7-game losing streak. Talking to senior Jared Maeda before the game, says, well, we're on a 7-game losing streak. Let's not make it 8. And nice and simple as that ball is lined foul over the clubhouse. Made a straight shooter. I mean, that's the attitude you can have coming into a game like this, a series like this. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high, and you see that big fastball from Valdez. As he can get up there in velo, been clocked as high as 94, 95 miles an hour. Looks like he's feeling it today. Come set, here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Vaught fields it, the throw, nice play from Vaught, and that retires the side. So no scoreless inning for Valdez, and the Aggies will head to the bottom of the third, as we'll see Dean, Rhodes, and Vaught in the bottom half. Don't go anywhere, more Aggie baseball when we return. Okay, so is there sound on our notes? So leading off the inning for the Aggies, it's the senior left fielder, Jake Dean. Dean, a .271 hitter with a home run and 9 RBIs. Juan Carlos Gonzalez on the mound for the Eagles. As Dean takes strike one on the outside corner, count moves to 1-1. Gonzalez 7-2 on the year with a .333 ERA. Fastball swung on and fouled off to the right side.
Go, Dick.
Dean calls time. He steps out and readies himself for his 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled back just off the glove of Ceballos. The 1-2 again. Outside in the other batter's box, not even close. Count evens up at 2. Nice day out today. It's in about 54 degrees. As Dean takes that one high. The game on Tuesday, 83, 84 degrees all day long. A little too hot for my taste, but a nice little cooler weather today. As Dean watches strike 3 on a nasty slider from Gonzalez. And he'll be out number 1.
Center fielder number 11, Peyton Rose.
Back to the top of the order for the Aggies. Give me the center fielder number 11, Peyton Rose. The senior batting .356 on the year with 14 RBIs. Got 6 doubles on 31 hits. Rhodes started the year in the 2-hole. Excelled. He watches that fastball run outside. The count's now 1-0. In the 2-hole, but a little slump from Padilla in that 1. Moved him up to that leadoff spot, and he's been on fire there for the Aggies as he watches a curveball inside. 2-0. .2-0 pitch. Off speed on the outside corner. It looked a little outside to me, but that's why I'm not an umpire, folks. Ball low. Count moves to 3-1. One out here in the bottom of the third, the 3-1 pitch. Inside and low, so Peyton Rhodes will be on for the second time today. Had that single in the first inning to lead the game off. Now come to the plate, it's going to be the shortstop, J.J. Vaught. Vaught batting .325 in the year with 24 RBIs. Gonzalez starts him off with a fastball high outside for ball one. Gonzalez motion kind of coming straight over the top. From up here, looks like he's putting a little behind it. Got a little velocity from that left-hand side. Swung on a foul back, count moves to 1. 1-1. In the first inning, Vaught grounded the shortstop, but they couldn't turn the double play. Trying to move Peyton Rhodes over. Just a little bit late on that fastball. Count moves to 1-2. Wind blowing across the field from left to right. About 18 miles an hour. There's a check on Rhodes first. You know, Vaught's standing at 6'6". Probably the tallest shortstop in the conference, maybe in all of NAIA. As he watches a ball outside and low.
Good eye, good eye.
It started off kind of slow, but lately been swinging the bat extremely well in that 2-hole. Right on cue, pushes one into the 4-hole, and back-to-back hits, back-to-back runners on for the Aggies. For the 3-hole, the catcher, Luis Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a .363 hitter with 6 home runs and 32 RBIs. Among the leaders in the conference in RBIs, and this is why he's got Rhodes and Vaught, who've been getting on base ahead of him all year long. As the ball gets away from the catcher, and Rhodes is about halfway to third and heads back to second. Rodriguez, only a sophomore. He's a starting catcher last year as a freshman. He's really matured. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit to the left center gap. But it's going to be played out there by Jones. Rodriguez just missed that one off the end. Flipped it out there. But 2 outs now for the cleanup hitter, Jared Maeda. Maeda batting .367. 21 RBIs, 11 doubles. As he watches the fastball in for strike 1. Rhodes leads from second, Vaught from first. And the Aggies have had base runners on in all 3 innings to start this game. Talking to Coach Scholes before the game. That ball runs outside for 1-1 count now. Talking to Coach Keith Scholes before the game, saying they're going to need to execute because this team is not going to make mistakes. That's a nasty pitch in the dirt. Looked like a changeup. Jared Maeda swung right over the top. The count moves to 1-2. Maeda calls time, steps out. Gonzalez comes set, checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung down the right field line, that's going to be foul. And we'll do it again here, 1-2. And he fouls it off again. Maeda just staying alive. Maeda, a very smart hitter. Doesn't chase much in the dirt. Like I said on Tuesday, one of the best bunters on the team, but also one of the best hitters. So he takes that one in the dirt, evens up the count at 2. So Gonzalez sets up, and as the old saying goes, deuce is wild, 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count. Ball's popped up, playable for the first baseman Gallegos. But Hefkin comes in, makes the catch, and retires the side for the Eagles. So after 3, Southwestern Christian 0, OPSU 0. So we'll head to the 4th, and it'll be Bryant, Lopez, and Ceballos for the Eagles. Valdez back in the mound for the Aggies. We'll be right back with more Aggie baseball here in a bit.
Mitch Bryant.
So Mitchell Bryant will lead off the inning for the Eagles. The right fielder's batting .339 of the year with a home run and 25 RBIs. Valdez gets ahead with a fastball, and he's been doing that early in this game. If you saw the game on Tuesday, you saw the Aggies issued 16 walks. Just a ridiculous number. And Valdez, he knows that, so he's been getting ahead of these hitters as quickly as possible, attacking the zone early, so he gets ahead 0-2. Bryant with a single in his first at bat. He pokes this one out to center. We got a Peyton right there as Rhodes hauls it in for out number 1.
Shortstop, number 20, Manny Lopez.
So 1 out here for the 3-hole hitter, Manny Lopez. The shortstop's batting .405 with 5 home runs and 46 RBIs. That one's fouled down the third base line for strike 1. Lopez is second in the conference in batting average and second in the conference in RBIs. Just had an outstanding year for Southwestern Christian. Valdez with a nasty slider. Way ahead now, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, just a bit outside. He aimed for the corner and missed. Valdez comes set, and here's the 1-2. Outside once more. Valdez, the junior out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic in Senapec High School. This is his first year here in the Panhandle. That ball's lined out to right center. It's going to drop in there for a base hit. And the Eagles have a base runner on with one out here in the top of the fourth inning.
Now going to the plate, number 28, Ceballos.
So the cleanup hitter, Diogen Ceballos. The catcher batting .394 with 8 home runs and 43 RBIs. He is fourth in batting average in the conference. Only 2 behind his teammate. And 5th in the conference in RBIs as he watches a fastball for ball 1. Slider swung on, fouled off to the right side, evens up the count at 1. The Aggies in their pinstripe uniforms, red hats. Valdez comes set, and just off the black. Looked pretty good up here, but umpire Greg Moore says no, sir, just a little off. 2-1 the count now. A check on Lopez at first. Fastball inside, almost hits Ceballos, but just able to get out of the way. Count moves to 3-1. Just a ground ball right here, SCL, just to get out of the inning. Three-one pitch. Way up.
Now coming to the plate, first baseman number 25, Leo Gallegos.
As we'll see a courtesy runner for Ceballos at first. It's the sophomore Parker Henderson. Now Gallegos, the first baseman, batting .325, 2 home runs with 28 RBIs, steps to the plate. A big left-handed bat for the Eagles. Valdez just looking to get him to roll over, turn that double play, and get him out of this inning. And that's how he's going to do it, as he buries one in the dirt and Gallegos goes after it. See the mini shift on as Vaught shading up the middle and Hurston in the hole. As Valdez gets ahead with a slider. Backdoored him a bit on the outside corner. One out here in the top of the fourth. No score yet. The ball's to Padilla at first, at second, excuse me, and Valdez able to recover and get to the bag for out number 2.
Now at bat for the Eagles, third baseman number 16, Clay Atwood.
Good try from Maeda at first. He just tried to dive and stop that ball. But Padilla in position playing the shift. Gets the out. But the runners do move up second and third with 2 outs here. As it's the third baseman, Clay Atwood. Atwood, a .328 hitter. 3 home runs on the year and 29 RBIs. Here's the first pitch. Slider just a bit low. Didn't quite entice Atwood. Comes set, here's the 1-0. Right back at Valdez and hits him in the leg. And he was absolutely smoked. You see him limping around. And that did not look good for Valdez. As it went off his left leg. Not quite sure where on his leg, but the run scores from third, and Valdez at the trainer and pitching coach Brandon Mercer out there to check on him.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check out OPSUAggieGear.com for all your Aggie apparel. Be watching for big sales coming up towards the end of the school year. Again, it's OPSUAggieGear.com.
Looks like he's going to try to test it out right now. So is Valdez. Takes a couple pitches. We'll see how he is. No, actually, in fact, he's ready to go. All he needed was one. So Southwestern Christian gets on the board off a single by Atwood off the left leg of Yesiel Valdez. So now runners on first and third with 2 outs. And Kelvin Fabian, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Fabian. Slider, hopped up to Vaught, gets out at second. Valdez gets out of a jam, only giving up 1 run. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. We'll see Leatherwood, Padilla, and Galvan. More Aggie baseball here to come. So leading off for the Aggies, it's going to be the DH, Casey Leatherwood. Leatherwood batting .278 with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. A swing and a miss on that first pitch. Count 0-1. A big home run against Wayland Baptist last weekend. As he lines that one out to right for a base hit, and the Aggies have lead-off base runner on.
Now coming to the plate for the Aggies. Second baseman number 21, Person Padilla.
And next it's going to be the second baseman from Puerto Rico, Harrison Padilla. Padilla's batting .289 with a couple home runs and 13 RBIs on the year. Got 6 doubles as well. Swung on line. Foul down the left field line. Padilla has been struggling as of late. But that base hit earlier today, hopefully that'll get him going just a bit. Leatherwood leads off from first. Gonzalez comes set. 1-0 ground. Past the diving third baseman. And back-to-back base hits for the Aggies. Puts runners on first and second. For the third baseman, Chris Galvan. And Harrison Padilla 2 for 2 on the day. So like I said, that brings up the third baseman, Chris Galvan. Sophomore batted .270 on the year, 15 RBIs and 5 doubles. He squares around to bunt. As he takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Gonzalez comes set. Van scores around once again. A check on Leatherwood at second. The Aggies earlier in the year had quite a bit of trouble getting down their sacrifice bunts, but lately it's been something they've been actually excelling at. As Galvan gets it down, back to the pitcher, but Leatherwood thrown out at third.
Number 22, Jalen Burnett. I know my man got to move from beside me.
So sacrifice bunt. Unsuccessful there, but the sophomore Jalen Burnett, the right fielder, come to the plate for the Aggies. Burnett batting .270 with a couple of home runs and 18 RBIs.
Come on, JB.
And he takes strike 1 on a fastball low. Burnett with an absolute mammoth home run against USAO a couple weeks back. The sophomore shows quite a bit of power to that left field side. The 0-1 pitch, fastball outside, and evens up the count at 1. Galvan from first, Padilla from second. One pitch fouled back to the right side. Gal moves to 1-2. One-two pitch. In the dirt and outside. Gal moves to 2-2. Aggies trying to make something happen here as they got a leadoff base runner on. And Padilla with the single down left field line. Fastball outside. Turned into a great at-bat from Burnett as he watches that one outside and draws the count full.
Here's the one.
Gonzalez comes set, checks the runner at second. Here's the full count pitch.
Okay.
And a changeup has Burnett out in front as he fouls that one back. Just barely able to stay alive. Aggies trying to get something going here in the fourth. As that one skied out to center field. Center fielder gives chase. Caught out in center as Padilla tags up to throw to third. Would have had him, but Atwood couldn't haul it in. If that wind wasn't blowing from left field in, that ball might have carried even further than it did, but Burnett took it deep to center field. So the Aggies will have runners on first and third with 2 outs for the left fielder, Jake Dean. Dean 0 for 1 today with the strikeout earlier. Gonzalez comes set. Here's the first pitch to the left fielder. Pass ball. Padilla come to the plate. He dropped the ball as he tried to swipe, and Padilla's safe at the plate. The Aggies tied up. And they're saying the ball went into the first base dugout. You see Coach Blackwell trying to argue that he made the tag before he dropped it. I'm guessing would be his only argument. And Coach Jason LaRosse going to talk to the home plate umpire. See exactly what the call is. If that ball did go into the dugout, that's a dead ball. And if Galvan was at second base, he gets third base if that's correct. So the umpires will convene. But Padilla got a late jump on that ball, and that ball skipped right back to the catcher, Ceballos, and he flipped it up to Gonzalez. And they would have had him at the plate. But Gonzalez dropped the ball, and the Aggies tied up at 1. I think coaches LaRock and Scholes asking for an explanation exactly on that ball into the dugout. So Jake Dean at the plate for the Aggies with 2 outs and a runner on second. That ball fouled off. Just a bit out in front, Jake Dean, on that fastball from Gonzalez. Counts even at 1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball high, count moves to 2-1. Swung on a miss. There's a hefty cut from Jake Dean. Evens up the count at 2. Dean just trying to keep the inning going and turn that lineup over to Rhodes on deck. And maybe even score that runner from second. Ball swung on the foul off the catcher's mask. So Gonzalez comes set. Here's the 2-2 once more. Swung on ball, dart, gets away from the catcher. They'll toss it over the first, and that's the end of the inning. But the Aggies do tie it up on the passed ball. Urson Padilla scores. We're headed to the fifth, all tied up at 1. More Aggie baseball here in a bit.
Coming to play now, number 27, Cade Carter.
Cade Carter coming to the plate for the Eagles. DH is 0 for 1 today. Valdez back on the mound for the Aggies, going into this 5th inning of work. Last inning took a line drive right off the left leg. First pitch to Carter. Swung on a miss and a big fastball from SCL. As Valdez is feeling a pretty good day. The 0-1 pitch. He went around for strike 2. And that's all SCL's done today is get ahead of batters, going right at him, attacking the zone. Something the Aggies weren't doing back on Tuesday against Nawasu. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And just a tad outside. There's the 1-2. And the check swing. Called him out on first base and a strikeout for Valdez.
Coming to the plate, second baseman, number 34, Bo Hefkin.
As Michael Fouts down there called him out, said he went around. And third base coach arguing that there's no way the umpire could have seen that, but he made the call. The Aggies have an out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Bo Hefkin. Another pitch, another batter, another strike 1 for SCO. Looking at the flag in center, the winds die down just a bit here in the top of the 5th. Fastball inside. Count moves to 1-1. And Hefkin swings a fastball and puts it right through the 6 hole, and he's on with the base hit.
Jones.
Turn the double.
So that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Luke Jones, the left fielder. Jones 0 for 2 today. With a couple of ground outs. Let's see if we can get another one right here. And Jones looked like he May have checked his swing, and he did. Valdez tried to spike a curveball. Hefkin leads off from first. Valdez comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside. Gets the corner. Looks like he may have missed his spot a little bit, but catches the inside corner. Evens up the count at 1. And a swing and miss as Valdez pulled the string on him just a bit. So 1-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The fastball high for Valdez. And Jones works the count to 2-2. The ground ball would be perfect. OPSU out a bit too. Right at Vaught, and a hard shot back to him. Kicks off his glove. And that was an absolute missile at Vaught at shortstop. And he couldn't haul it in, couldn't make the play. Everybody's safe. So Jones gets on at first. And Hefkin there at second brings up the 2-hole Mitchell Bryant. Bryant 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts today. Excuse me, 1 for 2. He scores around for a bunt. Valdez picks it up and gets the runner at first, but I guess not, as the field umpire calls him safe. And no, Maeda wasn't on the bag, but it looked like he tagged him before he got there. So everybody's safe and the bases are juiced. Coach LaRock heads out there to have a word with Michael Fouts. And the umpires are gonna talk once again. It was a sacrifice bunt to Valdez, picked it up, had him up the line. And indeed, he's safe. So bases loaded with the 3-hole Manny Lopez at the plate here in the top of the 5th inning. The score's all tied up at 1. Here's the first pitch to Lopez, a ball in the dirt. It's dangerous now as Lopez is one of the most dangerous hitters in the conference, and there's nowhere really to put him. You can't pitch around him. You gotta go right after him. That ball gets by. It's by Rodriguez, and the runner will score. As the fastball in the dirt couldn't be stopped by Rodriguez, gets past him, and the Eagles take a 2-1 lead. Two-0 the count. Valdez. A ground ball to Vaught. That's short. The throw to the plate. Got him at the plate, and a great play from J.J. Vaught. As Vaught came running in the high chopper and gets him at the plate. And keeps that deficit at 1. And now comes the catcher, Diogen Ceballos. Ceballos 0 for 1 today with a walk. As he swings, and it's a base hit to left field. And that'll score Bryant from third. And the Eagles have a 3-1 lead. As Henderson comes to courtesy run for Ceballos. So now it's the big first baseman, Leo Gallegos. Gallegos 0 for 1 with the walk today. As a slider to him is fouled back for strike one. And a couple of errors for the Aggies. Puts them in a 3-1 hole here in the top of the fifth. And a big leg kick and a big slider from Valdez as he gets way ahead, 0-2. Comes set, checks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch swung on, or watched, excuse me, for strike three, and Valdez gets out of it. But the Eagles scored 2 on a couple of errors and a base hit. The score is now 3-1, headed to the bottom of the fifth. Your Aggies trail the Southwestern Christian University Eagles 3-1.
Peyton Rhodes.
So headed into the bottom of the fifth inning. And back to the top of the lineup for the Aggies. As it's the center fielder, Peyton Rhodes. Been on base twice in his first 2 at-bats. Had that single to left center in the first. Then had that walk in the third. First pitch to him, fastball, catches the outside corner for strike one. And swung on, hit up the middle. Play for Lopez. That's short. For the first time today, Peyton Rhodes is retired. That'll bring up the shortstop, J.J. Vaught. 6'6", sophomore, redshirt freshman, excuse me. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch swinging. As he goes down 0-1. Swung on and fouled back. Gets out of play. So he finds himself quickly in a hole 0-2. And Gonzalez working quickly all game long. Gets right back on the mound and goes back to work. As he throws a ball, fastball high for ball one. Vaught swinging on The fastball inside, fouls it back. The 1-2 pitch swung on, skied out to right field, headed for the line. And Bryant out there will make the catch for out number 2.
Number 27, Luis Rodriguez.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Luis Rodriguez, 0 for 2 today. So that means the big lefty's due for a hit. First pitch to Rodriguez, taken for strike 1. Back quickly, the 0-1 in the dirt for ball 1. I mentioned before the maturity of Luis Rodriguez. So he takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Only a sophomore and has to do a bunch of work with the pitching staff. So he takes ball 2 outside, count moves to 2-2. Been asked to catch 3 games a series even. It looked like Gonzalez dropped down to the side right there. The count runs full. So a walk right here would be fantastic from Rodriguez, and there it is. And with the catcher on first, that means we'll have an Aaron Moreno sighting. As the Mustang heads out to first base. So a 2-out walk from the catcher brings up the cleanup hitter, Jared Maeda. Maeda 0 for 2 today. With a ground out and a fly out. Left a couple on base, trying to do so today at this at-bat. He takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Moreno with 16 stolen bases, among the top of the conference in there. A pop throw from the catcher at first on a fastball high, counts 1-1. Gonzalez checks the runner at first. Here's the 1-1. Ball in the dirt. And the count moves to 2-1. Runner takes off. Swung at the right center. That's going to split the gap, and that'll score Moreno from first. That's Maeda. The big kahuna coast into second with a stand-up double, and the Aggies cut the deficit to 1.
As we come to the plate now, number 29.
Moreno moving on the pitch. Got an absolute fantastic jump. And on the hit and run, Maeda banks it off the wall in right center. And he just hit his 12th double of the year as he scores Moreno from first base. So 2-out hitting gets a run on the board for the Aggies, and that'll bring up the DH, Casey Leatherwood. And a fastball runs outside as Maeda leads off from second base. And a shot gets past the shortstop, and a couple of hits for the Aggies. Puts runners at first and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman, number 21, Gerson Padilla.
And Gerson Padilla comes up, but we'll get a mound visit right now as with 2 outs, a walk, a double, and a single. Merits a mound visit for Gonzalez. Just an absolute great piece of hitting from Maeda and Leatherwood with 2 outs. Maeda just taking that fastball on the hit and run, going with it, taking it to right center and splitting the gap. And you had Leatherwood just absolutely hit a missile through the shortstop into left field. So we'll see the kid from Puerto Rico, Gerson Padilla, the second baseman, 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles. As Leatherwood leads off from first, Maeda from third. Been seeing the ball extremely well this afternoon. And ball's gonna be through! And Gerson Padilla with his third hit brings in Maeda from third. First pitch swing and ties the ball game up.
Number 23, third baseman.
As the Aggies match the Eagles, 2 runs in the 5th inning. 3 straight hits for the Aggies. And that'll bring up the sophomore third baseman, Chris Galvan. First and second, 2 outs. First pitch to Galvan, swung on and fouled back. It's been real simple with 2 outs here. Station to station, keep the inning alive. Something that Coach Keith Scholes, the hitting coach, has preached to them all year long. The check on his swing, and Galvan did. So the count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Gonzalez. The fastball low in the zone. And it's a beautiful 55-degree day. You see the train hum in the back. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. So that'll end the inning for the Aggies. But they put 2 up on the board and tied the game at 3 off the double from Jared Maeda and the single from Gerson Padilla. So we'll head to the 6th. Don't go anywhere. More Aggie baseball when we return. So here in the top of the 6th inning, we'll see the third baseman Clay Atwood had an RBI single in his last at bat. It was that line drive off the leg of Valdez and scored the run from third. Valdez with a curveball on the outside corner gets ahead with strike 1, and that's been the story of today for Valdez as he just keeps pounding the zone. The 0-1 in the dirt. Just a bit low. So the count's even at 1. Just a 1-1 pitch and a curveball just to get me over, to get him to 1-2. And another 2-strike count for Yesiel Valdez. And swung on and fouled off to the third base side. It looks like a little bit of action in that Aggie bullpen, as it looks like the sidewinder Charlie Marini slinging around down there. Is that ball fouled off by Atwood once again? Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, smothered by third baseman Galvan, throws it across for out number 1. And a tough hop over there at third base as Galvan kind of threw his hands at it, made the play. And 1 out here in the 6th. So in steps the right fielder, Kelvin Fabian. Fabian 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And first pitch swinging, a big hopper to the shortstop, Vaught. Over to Maeda at first for out number 2. So after that long at bat to lead the inning off, great job to get that first pitch out for Valdez. Now 2 outs. And it'll be the DH, Cade Carter. Carter over 2 today with a strikeout. Valdez has a curveball outside. Valdez missed a spot a bit, but fouled back on that fastball. Count moves to 1-1. And a big swing on a ball in the dirt. And another 2-strike count for Valdez, as he's got it 1-2. Trying to clear his 6th inning of work. Swung on, ball in the outside corner. Can I help you, sir? No thanks, just looking. As Yesiel Valdez with a 1-2-3 here in the 6th. And in the bottom half, we'll see Burnett, Dean, and Rhodes. More Aggie baseball here in a bit.
Leading off for the Aggies, heading into the bottom of the 6th. Number 22, right fielder, Jalen Burnett.
I know a man gotta move from beside me. I swear.
So it'll be Burnett to lead off this bottom half of the sixth for the Aggies. He's 0 for 1 with that sacrifice fly out to center field. Looks like he's been seeing the ball very well the last few games as he first pitch swinging. Ground to the third, bobbled a bit. Here's the throw to the first. Ball gets past him and Burnett will head on to second base. And it looked like a ground out to start the inning for the Aggies. Ends up being a runner on second. And we'll see a pinch hitter. That'll be the big right-handed bat of Clayton Beaver to come in for Jake Dean. So the Aggies with another leadoff base runner on. And let's see if they can capitalize and take the lead here in the sixth. Had a mammoth home run, and I'm talking huge, against Wayland Baptist last weekend. As he watches fastball for strike one. It looks like there's a little bit of stirring going on in that Eagles bullpen. But Beaver doesn't need a home run right here. Just trying to get on base, a base hit. As he fouls that one back, would score Burnett from second, or at least move him over. Got to do a job right here, especially in a tie ball game late. And especially with Peyton Rhodes on deck. Beaver down 0-2. Looks like they're setting up outside. Gonzalez hits his spot, but off the plate. Just trying to tempt Beaver, seeing if he'll take a hack at that ball out of the zone. Good job from him to hold up. Gonzalez comes set, checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a curveball. Fouled back from Beaver. And as of late, doing extremely well at the plate. Beaver batting .323 on the season. As he fouls another one off, just trying to stay alive. He's got a home run on the year, just that one against Wayland Baptist. 9 RBIs and 3 doubles. And a nasty slider gets him looking. If you ask me, it looked a little low from up here. But umpire Greg Moore thought differently, obviously. As Beaver walks back and heads back to the dugout. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Peyton Rhodes. Rhodes 1 for 2 with a walk today. Been putting good swings on the ball. It's a big swing from Rhodes. He goes down 0-1. Lopez playing right behind Burnett at second. Rhodes has got some pop, but also a lot of back control. Gets a bunch of hits to our left side. Let's see if he can put a hard ground ball right where the shortstop would be and score Burnett from second. Counts 0-2. Gonzalez going back to that fastball on the 0-2 count. Misses outside. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see that slider once again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line down the left field line, right over the Aggie bullpen. Looks like Armstrong and Lay giving a wave, trying to get that ball. Rhodes trying to score Burnett or at least move him over. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just outside and a great eye from Peyton Rhodes. Gonzalez did not look like he was happy about that call. You hear the fans letting them know that they saw it as well. Here's the 2-2. Ball high and away. Count runs full. Rhodes doing a great job of not chasing those pitches. Burnett leads from second. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on, bodied up by the first baseman. And an absolute rocket off the bat of Peyton Rhodes.
After the play for the Aggies, shortstop number 15, J.J. Bott.
Here the first baseman had a couple of words to say to Peyton Rhodes. As he is coming back, but 2 outs, moves the base runner over. So a base hit will take the lead for the Aggies.
JJ.
That brings up J.J. Vaught. As he takes a fastball, low and inside. Gonzalez comes set. The 0-1. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. And Gonzalez also doing a great job of getting ahead of the Aggies hitters, going right at him. And the Aggies have drawn 3 walks, but they've all been at bats deep in the count. As Vaught takes that one outside, the count now moves to 1-2. Aggies have left 7 on base thus far. Try not to make it 8. They had a leadoff base runner get to second base. Off the ground ball, off the bat of Jalen Burnett. Got past the first baseman, moved up on the error. So Vaught trying to capitalize right here. The 1-2 in the dirt. Count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs here in the 6th. We'll do it again here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, skied out to left field. Jones right under will make the catch. So we'll head to the 7th inning. All tied up at 3. More Aggie baseball still here to come. back here at Aggie Field on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University in Goodwell, Oklahoma. I'm Ethan Herrera bringing you this Student Athletic Conference matchup between the Southwestern Christian University Eagles and your Panhandle State Aggies. The Aggies find themselves tied here in the top of the 7th inning after a couple of big hits from Jared Maeda back in the 5th and Herson Padilla. Valdez also pitching a gem right now, giving up only 1 earned run. He's got 5 strikeouts on the day. Slider outside to Hefkin. Hefkin 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Valdez falls behind 2-0. And count moves to 3-0. The first 3-0 count for Valdez today. And slows it up just a bit to get ahead. Excuse me, to get a strike in there. Counts 3-1. The 3-1 pitch swung on, foul back. So the count runs full. See if Valdez can come all the way back. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fisted foul. As Hefkin just try to fight that one off, and Valdez will step back on up on the mound, and we'll do it again. Comes set, the 3-2 again. Fouled off. Down the third base line. Gets a sign from Rodriguez. Comes set, the 3-2 once again. And a slider. Gets him looking for Valdez's 6th strikeout of the day.
Jones.
And a big out number 1. As we'll go back to the top of the order for Southwestern Christian as Luke Jones, the left fielder, steps up at the plate. And Valdez gets ahead with a slider once again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A fastball high. Listening in and talking with a couple conversations, excuse me, with Coach Brandon Mercer and, you know, not only Valdez but all of his pitching staff. As a slider. And yep, Jones went around, so it'll be 1-2. Check down to first. And just trying to see if the first base umpire had another view. So the count's 1-2. Valdez. The ball is hit out to right field. Burnett coming in, makes the catch for out number 2. So Mitchell Bryan will come to the plate. The center fielder, 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles. So back to what Coach Brandon Mercer was saying that as that one swung on and missed. If you don't have all your pitches working, find that one pitch you do have working and keep going to that. And right now, Valdez's slider has been outstanding on the day. And he goes to it one more time. I guess that one's a little high. Says Greg Moore down there, but counts even at 1. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. One and 2 the count now with 2 outs here in the 7th. That one's fouled away. That was pitch number 100 for Valdez. And that one skied out to left. Rudy's coming in, makes a catch. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th. As Yesiel Valdez looks like his day is done. The score all tied at 3. And we'll see Rodriguez, Maeda, and Leatherwood when we return. So heading into the bottom of the 7th, Juan Carlos Gonzalez's day is done. So we'll see the right-handed senior, the 5'8", 170-pound right-handed pitcher from Lubbock, Texas, out of Garden City, Stephen Pagendarm, coming in to face the heart of the Aggies lineup, as Luis Rodriguez will head to the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk today. Pagendarm, 10 appearances on the year with a .68 ERA, one of the best relievers in the Center Athletic Conference. Only giving up 1 earned run all year long. Giving up 9 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 4 walks. As he falls behind Rodriguez 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Outside for Pagendarm to count 3-0. You got to see, you got to think that he'll hold him right here. As indeed he does. And Rodriguez will head to first base. And the Aggies with another leadoff base runner. And we'll see Aaron Moreno once again. And The Mustang heads out to first base with Jared Maeda up to bat.
First base, number 1, Aaron Moreno.
You know, I've said it all year long, good things happen when Rodriguez gets on, because that means Aaron Moreno gets on. Just a tear on the base pass. Is 16 for 17 on stolen bases on the year, as Maeda watches a breaking ball in there for strike 1. First strike, Pagan Darm's thrown all night long. Maeda scores around to bunt and gets it down third base line. And it gets him over. A big sacrifice bunt. Mentioned that earlier in the game. Maeda, in my opinion, the best bunter on the team. Gets Moreno over to second base with 1 out. And the DH, Casey Leatherwood, up to bat. Leatherwood 2 for 3 on the day, with a big single back in the 5th inning. And Pagan Darm wants a chat with Ceballos. With a break in the action, the Aggies, if you notice, are wearing teal wristbands, teal tape, teal colored accessories on for Sexual Abuse Awareness Month. Aggies trying to do their part in spreading awareness, as Leatherwood takes a strike in the outside corner. And a good pitch from Pagan. He gets ahead 0-1. He comes set, checks the runner at second, Moreno. And a big fastball and a big cut from Leatherwood, as he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Big at bat. It's Leatherwood just trying to at least get him over. A ball hit deep left center. Back to the track. Hits the ground, and Moreno was tagging up at second. As Leatherwood with a stand-up double. But Moreno, who was tagging up at second, thought the left fielder had a beat on it. So he'll be held up at third base, and that'll be fine, as the Aggies' hottest hitter today, Urson Padilla, heads to the plate. Leatherwood with his 3rd hit of the day, a double here in the bottom of the 7th. We are playing a 9-inning game, if you folks at home didn't know, as Padilla puts it up to center, and that'll score Moreno as he tags up, and the Aggies take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch swinging as Padilla does his job, and the Aggies take the lead 4-3.
Now to play for the Aggies, number 23, third baseman Chris Galvan.
And that'll be just the 2nd earned run scored off of Stephen Pagan Darm on the year. And that'll bring in the 3rd baseman, Chris Galvan. And Pagan Darm starts him off with a fastball high and away. Counts 1-0. A big sweeping curveball from Pagan Darm. Evens up the count at 1. Galvan 1 for 2 today with a walk and a strikeout. Leatherwood leads off from second. And curveball just a bit high for the umpire's taste. So Galvan gets ahead 2-1. Ball goes to the backstop, and Leatherwood will move up 90 feet. Three-1 the count to the sophomore. Galvan has had to step up all year long as he skies this one to straightaway center. And Bryant's there to make the catch. But the Aggies take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th off the sacrifice fly off of Herson Padilla. We'll go to the 8th inning. And we'll see Valdez back on the mound here in the 8th. Don't go anywhere. More Aggie baseball when we return. So excuse what I said last inning when I thought Valdez would be done, but he heads back to the mound in the 8th inning on 101 pitches. And he'll face the 3-hole hitter, the dangerous Manny Lopez. The breaking ball runs outside for ball 1. And one outburst straight to Galvan at third. On to Maeda at first for out number 1, excuse me. Valdez pitching an absolute gem right now with 1 out here in the 8th. And a defensive change I forgot to tell you about. Bradley Ruiz checks into the game in left field after Beaver pinch hit for Jake Dean. So he takes over the left field duties as the ball runs just a tad outside. Try to clip that corner. Couldn't quite do so. Counts 1-0. That slider runs just a bit low. And with the naked eye, it looks like Valdez may be getting a little tired, and I don't blame him. 100+ pitches into the 8th inning. And still a little bit of life in that fastball and a lot of tail. But the count runs 3-0 to the catcher, Diogen Ceballos. Watches struck 1. I'm sure with the 3-0 count, even though Ceballos is such a great hitter, didn't have the green light, down by 1 in the 8th. Ceballos draws the walk, and looks like that'll be it for Valdez as Coach Jason LaRocque will head out there and get him. But 7 1/3 innings. Just an absolute masterpiece from Yesiel Valdez. 9 hits, given up. Excuse me, 9 hits given up, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. And coming in for the Aggies, it's the sidewinder from Santa Cruz. Charlie Marini, Chuck Nasty come to the mound.
This is going to be Charlie Marini on the mound for the Aggies.
So on the mound for the Aggies, it's the junior Charlie Marini, 3-2 on the year with a 3.66 ERA. This will be his 14th appearance, got a save on the year, and just under 20 innings pitched. Opponents are hitting 169 against him. One of the best, one of the top relievers in the Student Athletic Conference. And the first out of the pen for the Aggies just about every series. And a check on Henderson at first base, who came in the courtesy run for Ceballos, the catcher. Marini comes set. Fastball runs outside as the first baseman, Leo Gallegos, comes to the plate. Want to know the count? And a big frisbee thrown by Marini. As he evens up the count to Gallegos at 1. Try it again, and he does. Gets the outside corner. He fooled me out here. As he gets ahead of Gallegos, 1-2. And a check on Henderson at first. Charlie Marini, a.k.a. the Goblin, a.k.a. Chuck Nasty, gets Gallegos to foul that one back. And every time it comes to pitch, I'm saying it's not the fact that he throws just dirty pitches. Just every single pitch he throws has a different break and never breaks the same way twice. As that one runs outside for ball 2. Gallegos 0 for 2 today, will walk and a strikeout. The 2-2, a shot hit to right field. Off the base of the wall, Burnett gets it in quickly. And a long single from Gallegos.
Now going to the plate, third baseman, number 16, play.
And the Eagles have runners on first and third with just 1 out. Maybe Clay Atwood come to the plate for Southwestern Christian.
Thomas comes in to pitch run for Gallegos.
And Thomas comes in to pinch run for Gallegos. So Marini trying to pitch with a 1-run lead in the top of the 8th inning. And I don't quite know where that one missed. Maybe a bit outside, if that. The count 1-0. Make it 2-0. Ground ball, double play would be absolutely perfect for the Aggies right here as Marini gets in there with a strike 1. Count moves to 2-1 with runners on first and third here in the top of the 8th inning. Ball in the dirt, gets away from Rodriguez for a second, but the runners stay where they're at. 3-1 the count as Kelvin Fabian awaits on deck. Atwood 2 for 3 today. And man, looking at that ball from this angle, it just stops midair. Count moves to 3-2. I know it's only 1 out, but you watch for that runner to take off on this 3-2 count. And he does. Fouls that one off to the right side. So we'll do it again. Marini comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. A ground ball to the second baseman, Padilla. The flip to Vaught. And he tried to barehand it at short. On the turn at second. And that'll be an error on J.J. Vaught as they had the double play. But everybody's safe. And that runner comes in to score and tie this ball game up at 4. So that will merit a mound visit from pitching coach Brandon Mercer. And the Aggies do have at least one on the bullpen from this angle. It looks like the right-handed junior, Blake Tucker. So Marini got the ground ball he needed. It was slowly hit, so it would have been a tough turn. But I think he would have gotten there, and Vaught just dropped it at second base. So the meeting is adjourned on the mound. And Marini will try to do it again. Get a ground ball here to get them out of the inning. And we'll see Kelvin Fabian up to bat, 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Had a single earlier today. The runners on first and second for the Eagles. Marini comes set. Here's the first pitch to Fabian. Swung on and missed, and a dirty pitch from Charlie Marini. The 0-1 count. Scores around a bunt, gets it down the third base line. It'll be a tough play for Galvan. He just eats it. And a drag bunt from Kelvin Fabian. Moves the runner over and gets himself on. He showed late and put it down perfectly. So that'll bring up the DH, Cade Carter. Carter 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts today. Padilla playing the pool at second. So that pitch misses low. And that one clips the corner for strike 1. Count now moves to 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Marini comes set with bases loaded. The 1-1 in the dirt and a good stop from Luis Rodriguez. As the count moves to 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swung on a ground ball, hit to the first baseman. And the play at the plate after he tagged the bag. And the Eagles take the lead here in the 8th. And the ground ball to Maeda. In hindsight, he probably wishes he would have just thrown that to home to get the force out. But the Eagles take the lead here in the 8th, 5-4. Ball in the dirt. Counts 1-0 to the 9-hole hitter, Bo Hefkin. The second baseman's 1 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. The 2-0 pitch from Marie. Right back to him for the third out. The Aggies got to score 1 to tie it up here as they head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll see Burnett, Ruiz, and Rhodes when we return.
Number 22, right fielder, Jalen Burnett.
So coming to the plate for the Aggies to lead things off, it's the sophomore right fielder, Jalen Burnett, 1 for 2 on the day. And been putting good swings on the ball lately. The Aggies need a leadoff base runner here. Stephen Pagandarm comes out for second inning of work. And gets ahead with a big breaking ball. And a sharp break to it as he moves the count to 0-1. Pagandarm working fast as that ball runs outside. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And another curveball. And Burnett did not like that one bit, and I don't blame him. Count moves to 1-2. And that one skied out to right field. Back goes the right fielder. Off the base of the wall, and Burnett's got a double. Jalen Burnett. A 2-strike double off the right field wall. And he leads off this 8th inning. So we'll see the junior, Bradley Ruiz. His first at bat of the day. Ruiz batting .257 on the year, 7 RBIs, a double and a triple. his credit. Squares around the bunt. And Pickendarm gets ahead with that big curveball of his. And Ruiz takes a fastball for a strike. Count moves to 0-2. And Ruiz got to stay alive, got to do a job right here to get that runner from second over to third. And tried to bunt it and couldn't, so that'll be a strikeout for Bradley Ruiz. And the Aggies have one down here in the bottom of the eighth. And we'll see the senior center fielder, Peyton Rhodes. Rhodes 1 for 3 on the day with a walk and squaring everything up today. So top of the order, and a good chance for the Aggies to at least tie this game up. First pitch to Rhodes, and a weak ground ball hit to the second baseman. And he'll get the runner to third.
And now batting for your OPSU Aggie shortstop.
But now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes the 6'6" shortstop, redshirt freshman J.J. Vaught. 1 for 4 today. And a curveball from Pickendarm. And starting them off this inning with that breaker. It's a little high, so ball 1. Another breaker. Doesn't find the zone, 2-0. Ball skied out to center field. Bryant's under it for out number 3, so we're headed to the 9th. And the leadoff double.
As we head into the 9th inning,
the Aggies cannot make them pay. So after 8 innings of play, the score is 5-4. 1 more to go here in Goodwell. Don't go anywhere. More Aggie baseball here to come.
in the top of the 9th, leading off for the Eagles, left fielder number 5, Luke Jones.
So Marini out on the mound still for the Aggies. And we'll see the left fielder Luke Jones, the leadoff hitter. 0 for 4 today. Charlie trying to hold him right here. Try to keep it a 1-run game for the bottom of the 9th. Curveball runs outside for ball 1. And there's a strike from Marini. Evens the count up at 1. And that That ball is lined to left center. That'll split the gap and get all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Jones to lead off the ninth. He's digging for third, and he'll get it. And it's a leadoff triple for Luke Jones and the Eagles.
Number 10, Mitch Bryant.
And Coach Jason LaRock is calling for the righty. It's going to be Blake Tucker out of the pen, and that's it for Charlie Marini.
And Marini will leave the game. Coming in for pitching for the Aggies, number 4, Blake Tucker.
So we'll have all the numbers on Blake Tucker when we return. Marini leaves a runner on third, and the 2-hole Mitchell Bryant up to bat for the Eagles. So like I said, coming to the plate, it's going to be the center fielder, Mitchell Bryant.
Mitch Bryant.
Bryant 2 for 4 on the day, and it's going to be the feathery-haired righty from Saginaw, Texas, Blake Tucker. Blake's will be his 7th game pitched in on the year. Infield in for the Aggies. That one's skied down the right field line and foul. So 0-1 the count. Tucker coming in. Trying to, I was going to say stop the run from scoring, but a base hit to left field. Scores Jones from third.
Now to the plate for the Eagles.
And the Eagles go up by 2 here in the 9th. So Bryant at first. We'll see the shortstop, Manny Lopez, 2 for 4 on the day. And Tucker gets ahead with that curveball as it's fouled back. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Tuck. Runs high, so the count's even at 1. Check on the runner, Bryant at first. Ball in the dirt. Rodriguez, throw down to second. Ball on the ground, and runner tried to take off for a second, but Padilla looks like he's hurt just a bit. And they'll send a trainer out there to look at him. The ball got away from Rodriguez for a second. Bryant took off for second. Rodriguez almost got him out, but Padilla indicating that his hand was pushed back and messed up his wrist just a little bit. It may have just been sprained. And see a couple of the Aggies second basemen start to warm up now. Getting their feet loose, getting their arms loose. So Coach Jason Rock just to check on his second baseman. Everything looks to be okay, so he'll jog back off. Counts 2-1 with the Eagles 3-hole hitter up. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Counts even at 2 as Tucker stares in and gets his sign. And a weak ground ball to the shortstop. Vaught comes around, the throw at first, that'll get him. And the Aggies have an out here in the 9th, the runner on third.
Now going to play number 48, Diogen Ceballos.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Diogen Ceballos. Ceballos 1 for 2 on the day. So he takes strike 1. Got a couple of walks and an RBI to show for it. Infield in for the Aggies, trying to cut that run down at the plate. And a great block from Rodriguez, as he might have saved a run right there. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Vaught thought about coming home, goes to first. The Aggies have 2 outs now in the 9th, but the Eagles score another. They go up by 3. Ball hit just too slow to Vaught at short. Try to see about getting that runner at home. You can see Rodriguez indicating just to go first, get the out. Rodriguez wanted that ball on the outside corner, held there just a little bit longer than usual. But either way, that's ball number 1. And a big swing and a miss on the first baseman, Gallegos. The 1-1 pitch from Blake Tucker. Fouled straight in the dirt for strike number 2. That ball's in the dirt. The count runs even at 2. So the Aggies are going to need to put together some hits in the bottom of the 9th, down by 3, and they have the right part of the order up to do it, as you'll see Rodriguez, Maeda, and Leatherwood in the bottom of the 9th, as this one's fouled in the dirt once again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Taken outside. See that hat come off of Blake Tucker's head, as it tends to do when he pitches. Got a lot of hair under that hat. It's hard to keep it in. Here's the full count to Gallegos. The fastball runs outside, so a 2-out walk will bring up the third baseman, Clay Atwood. Atwood 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs today. The Aggies need to make a play right here. Keep the deficit at 3. Check on Gallegos at first. And a curveball in the dirt. Tucker falls behind 1-0. The Aggies have some activity going in that bullpen, and I can't quite see who it is. That one's fouled off to the right side, 1-1. It may be the sophomore down there, Tyler Bryant. Either way, we got a 1-1 count here in the top of the 9th inning. That ball runs outside. The Aggies have had a fantastic game. Only a couple of errors and a couple of wrong reads. Puts them down by 3 here in the 9th inning. And Tucker evens the count up at 2 with that fastball in the inside corner. In the past few weeks, they've played great baseball, actually. It's just an inning or even a couple of at-bats that have hurt them. And 6 of the games they've lost, or the last 7, have been 1-run games, and Tucker gets the strikeout. And that'll send us to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Aggies need 3 at least. Like I said, they got the right part of the lineup to do it, as Rodriguez, Maeda, and Leatherwood come to the plate and try to make something happen. Don't go anywhere. We'll go to the bottom half of this last frame here in Goodwell. So we'll see Pagan Darn back on the mound for the Eagles. And we'll see the big left-handed catcher, Luis Rodriguez. Louis 0 for 2 today with 2 walks. Trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 9th, down by 3. And that one's shot to right field. But right at the right fielder, Fabian, for out number 1. And Rodriguez had some good at-bats today, but nothing's falling for him. So we'll see the first baseman, Jared Maeda. The senior's 1 for 4 with an RBI today. trying to get it started. And a big curveball from Pagendarm. Falls in for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. A big curveball swung on and missed. Probably see that fastball now after those two big breakers. And a third straight curveball. That one's fouled back. Count still 0-2 at 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Maeda. Pagendarm tried to rear back and fire that one, but not even close to the zone. Counts 1-2. The 1-2 pitch swung on and grounded to the left side, but foul. You can see Pagendarm on the mound trying to calm himself down. Maeda just trying to get on base and maybe he'd start something. That one runs outside. It's off the plate a few inches. A good call from the home plate umpire. Runs the count even at 2. Ball in the dirt, and a great job from Maeda to fight back from 0-2 to 3-2. Maeda trying to find a way on. And that ball swung on and fouled back. May have been ball 4, but Maeda not taking any chances with that curveball from Pagendarm. The full count once again, swung on and missed. So the Aggies down to their final out here in this game 1 of this 3-game series here in Goodwell. Leatherwood 3 for 4 on the day.
I got the game in the squeeze. You disagree, I want to see
It's got a double and ground out. A couple of singles as you watch a strike one on the outside part of the plate. And a curveball runs inside. As the count moves to 1-1. Ball swung on and fouled off. And the Aggies down to their final strike tonight. Pagendarm peers in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ball swung on and fouled off back toward the football practice field. Just trying to hand it over to Padilla on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Runs low, and Leatherwood might have had some sort of brain fart as he thought that ball, oh, excuse me, the ball hit him. He thought the ball hit him. Excuse me, I was thinking he thought it was for a ball, but I was mistaken, and apparently Leatherwood was mistaken as he thought the ball hit him, and the umpire says no, it didn't. Counts 2-2 now. The pitch from Pagendarm. And that ball hit Leatherwood that time and goes foul. Excuse me. He'll head on down to first base. As Leatherwood coming out. And Moreno will be a pinch hitter officially. And Padilla, who's 3 for 3 in a sacrifice fly and a couple of RBIs, comes to the plate. And the game is now pass the torch on to the next guy. Runner on first here in the bottom of the 9th. Aggies down by 3. Ball in the dirt. And Moreno, smart base runner, knows his run doesn't really mean anything. Not trying to be too aggressive. Aggies just trying to play station to station now. Egnard comes set. Runner takes off and a swing and a miss. Moreno.
We're down. We're losing. Sorry. I've never told you.
Moreno swipes second base for his 17th stolen base of the year.
They don't like to play it when we're down.
Here's the 1-1 and a ground ball to the shortstop. Lopez on to first base, and the Aggies fall to the Eagles here in game 1.
As the final score is 7-4 for the Eagles.
A great pitching job from Yesiel Valdez. The Aggies couldn't contain the bats of the Eagles as a couple of errors and big hits have them fall 7-4 in 9 innings.
With the color run and football scrimmage starting at 9:30. The gourmet burger cook-off coming on.
So the Aggies lose their 8th game in a row. But a lot of good coming from this game as they hit the ball. 12 hits. 12 hits on the day, merit 4 runs, a couple of errors. From the line for Southwestern Christian, 7 runs, 13 hits on an error. So we'll go try to do it tomorrow. Win a couple of games of the doubleheader. Games are scheduled for tomorrow at 12 and 2, but inclement weather in the area, so we'll keep everybody posted on time changes if there are any. We'd like to thank everyone for their support and tuning in. As your Aggies fall 7-4 to Southwestern Christian. I'm Ethan Earth. Thank you and good afternoon.